It is messed up. The
What?
countdown.
Did that just start recording after 4?
It started recording
how a
after
countdown
4.
works.
Anyway, welcome back to yet another Knife Nuts Extra. We're staying pretty true to this weekly thing, are we not?
Yes, because we don't have the baggage of our other co-hosts.
There's a lot of baggage. Yes, there is. But we definitely want to get them on here too, and record a full episode. But I feel like we've gone too long without having like a decent catalog of YouTube content for people to digest and open us up to a new audience, you know? So that's why we're trying to roll this stuff out and just bring you guys more antics. Today's episode is going to be a little different. Obviously, we're going to go through some stuff on a couple of different sites, but what we really want to focus on is Brian's new production knife. The pre-orders launch this weekend for the Tempest, which is a 3.5-inch version of his custom model. And we also have an announcement to make. So stick around to the end of this video to hear about that.
Yes. All right.
Very excited about this.
Where do we want to start?
I don't know. What should we start with? I noticed last week we talked about the what's it called? The Cold Steel Formax and their budgety version. It has a name. I think it's called the Formax Scout.
It is. Let me start sharing the screen right now.
Yeah, let's get some.
There we go.
Share going.
Yeah. Apparently, it's this big a deal that DLT is making an announcement about it.
It's a big deal.
Literally and figuratively.
This is This is DLT's exclusive version.
I didn't know that.
Yes, this is their exclusive version with the black blade and the green grivery. I believe that's what that is.
Yeah.
If you follow Metal Complex's channel, I think he's going to be doing a video on it very shortly. And we'll have links to all the stuff in the description. So definitely, if you get a chance, go down there and look at all the cool stuff we have linked down there for you guys. I don't know if we'll have a direct link to this because I'm not sure it's available yet, but definitely to DLT's Cold Steel stuff. That way you can bookmark it before the release on the 17th. I think it's the 17th.
Yeah, they don't have the actual page up yet.
13th. It's on the 13th at 11 a.m. Central Time. But I'm actually kind of excited for this. After we talked about it last week, I kind of was thinking about the Formax, and I was like, maybe I should buy a Formax. It sounds really weird. It sounds like something you'd read on like a condom wrapper or something. But
it's not the best name.
Cold Steel has never really been known for having the best names for anything. But they stick, I
guess that's what Demko called it when he made it, right?
Yeah.
Has he ever made a custom Formax? I can't remember. Probably.
No, I don't think so.
Something like that. I don't know. It's if he did, it was before the like 80-10, 80-15, and
you're probably right.
Yeah, there are customs. All right, cool. Let me.
What do I know?
Insert some
don't
of those.
Listen to me about anything.
I just don't think I have seen one of these in a very, 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 very long time. A custom Formax. So.
Oh yeah, look at that thing. It does. It has the Dixie cup spoon pocket clip and all.
Yeah, that's this. I mean, it's like a 1-for-1 replica of the custom. Aside from the
other way around.
grind.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. So I forgot that he made those.
It's been a very long day, Dave. What are you drinking? Freaking milk?
Water. It's just a white.
It looks like you're drinking milk.
That I would never be caught dead drinking milk.
Who's most likely person on the podcast to be caught drinking milk?
Absolutely, Jake. I don't know why.
That's definitely true.
Jake just does weird things, so just drinking a glass of milk seems like something he'd do.
I mean, I guess drinking milk isn't that weird. It's just that you don't usually see a grown-ass man just downing an afternoon.
Yeah, no,
milk.
this is not just a big thing of milk.
That's great too. Yeah. So DLT Formax Scout coming April 13th. Did I say
April 13th?
April 13th. Pretty
At
excited
11
for
Central.
that.
Do they have like a limited number? Do they know how many they have?
I don't see any numbers there. I imagine it's fairly limited.
Yeah, I think if they make an announcement like this in advance with the exact time it'll go live, they must be anticipating a lot of demand.
I would imagine for $110, $110.50 ish. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's
Just know it's a gigantic freaking knife.
it's comically huge. So, I mean, that's it comes with the territory. I was gonna see if they had. I know they do have the budget version of the 80. Was it the 8015? I just wanted to compare prices. I think they're pretty comparable.
They're
right
about
around
the
$100.
same. Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing this is also OS 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did double check and see if they changed the steel at all. Not so much.
Let's see what the regular one is. I'm sure they this version is the same as the other Formax Scout in terms of blade steel. Unless they really, I mean, it'd be neat if it wasn't. But yeah, OS 10A. All right, that's cool. Oh, so it's essentially the same price, but
yeah,
you get the exclusiveness.
The exclusiveness and arguably cooler colors.
I mean, it is for a cold steel. This is the aesthetics you expect. So
that's right. I'm trying to think of what else happened in the past week since we've spoken. I bought a knife from. Have you ever been to Shady Maple?
No.
So Shady Maple is one of the, if not the largest buffet in the United States. It's technically a smorgasbord, I believe is the term, out in Lancaster County. It's a crazy experience. It's like a super Amish, super Lancaster food, like roasted chicken and some crazy stuff. It's nuts. But they have like a crazy gift shop, and there's a huge supermarket where you can buy a lot of Amish goods and things next door. It's a primo experience.
They have a pharmacy.
Yeah. Well, it's a grocery store next door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
not.
That makes more
that part's
sense.
not as weird as it sounds.
I thought it was a restaurant with its own pharmacy, which is just a.
Well, it's like a huge thing. I don't really know how to explain it.
Oh, okay. Here we go. All-inclusive buffet.
Yeah. You're not looking at the buffet right now, but.
I mean, we can see we can see their safety information. I would just like a photo.
So
of the
yeah,
buffet.
it's nice. At least they had the safety stuff going pretty good. You had gloves on before you went over to the buffet, but the food is all like down home country cooking and things like that. My mom is FaceTiming me right now. She's probably telling me that her new washer got installed.
That's
which
exciting.
is actually big news. Excuse me 1 second. Let me just give her a little hello.
See if I can pause recording. If not, I will edit this out.
So anyway, the buffet was great. So if you get a chance to go to Shady Maple, it's sort of a thing. Like all the food bloggers and stuff go there. It's a destination.
There's shockingly little photos of it for
it's
for
not
this.
like a photogenic type of situation.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
buffets tend not to be.
Yeah, I mean, your plate looks like a mess several times over. But either way, the other thing they're known for is a ridiculous gift shop. Okay,
Here we go.
So if you let me think, most people understand what Cracker Barrel is, right?
Yes, I think that's a pretty good one.
I
pretty
think that's
universal.
a pretty common thing. People have been to a Cracker Barrel. At least our listeners here in the United States have been to a Cracker Barrel.
Had the misfortune of going to a Cracker Barrel.
Don't you dare!
I've only been once.
Don't you dare speak ill of Cracker Barrel. But they have, while you wait to be seated to eat, and after you eat, you have to leave through the gift shop. And their gift shop is considered a general store. It's got this whole, like, fake country vibe thing going on. And you buy knickknacks and weird stuff and just stuff that I generally
shirts
don't
with
have.
bears on them.
Yeah, exactly. Like stuff your grandmother or mom would love to have. Maybe your dad would put in his den or garage. That sort of thing. Especially if your dad is the type of guy that wears overalls unironically. Right? So either way, back to Shady Maple. Shady Maple's gift shop is on another freaking level. So, I mean, you can see from these images, like, this is a whole new level.
Well, first off, they have a whole virtual tour on Google Maps.
Yes.
We can just walk through the whole place.
It is insane. So, and it's all like, some of it's like really nice stuff, and some of it's like, why do you even have this? Like personalized fake wooden Swiss Army knives with names on them. I always check to see if they have Levon. Of course they don't. They never ever
I don't
do.
think they're going to.
They had Biker Outlaw, but no Levon.
Yes, everyone knows someone named Biker Outlaw.
It's unreal. They had Leon and Leroy. I was like, they're close. Maybe I should just get one of those.
Leon's pretty cool.
Yeah. I was thinking about maybe I should just scribble in a V with one of the nearby Shady Maple branded pens. But you can see a lot of religious tchotchkes here. You can purchase. Yeah. Armed and Dangerous.
This is wild. Hold on. These shirts.
The ties. Oh, the shirts. Dude, the shirts are next level. There was one that was just a full face of a sloth.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like that just covered the entire, vibe I was going with in this place.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. Next time you come visit, we got to go up to Shady Maple. If it's your birthday, you eat free.
That is very generous of them.
But back to, I'm getting way off track here.
Yes.
They had a knives section.
Okay, let's see if I can find it.
Let's see if you can find it. It's down this corridor for sure.
Oh no, that's the end of the road.
Is it?
Yeah, we can't go any further.
Okay, well, I bought a buck 110 slim.
That was a lot of buildup for a very uninteresting knife.
But they were 15% off. I got it cheaper than it would have been on Amazon.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's something.
The point is that I went to Shady Maple and left with a knife.
That is the most dramatic story for just buying a buck 110 slim.
It was more for the experience than anything else. And it happens to be the chartreuse one, so it's that neon green looking color.
Oh wow, it's really called chartreuse.
Yeah, that's the name of the color.
I thought you were just being obnoxious like Jim Skeleton when he was calling that what was the ZT the Rexford flipper, the very first one that everyone bought, the one that came in the brown CF.
It's aubergine.
Yeah, when he kept saying aubergine, motherfucker, the shit is brown.
No, I respect that about Jim Skelton. I take my colors very, very seriously. Like, I'll distinguish a lilac from purple. Let's just call it that. But yes, I got it cheaper than that.
All right.
So, honestly, I've been curious about them. I'm sure it's terrible. I haven't even opened it yet. But
I don't imagine it's going to be good.
It's more as a souvenir from that trip.
Fair. We have something relatively similar in Rhode Island that's just a restaurant that has its own gift shop where they sell their own tchotchkes.
It's not Shady Maple, dude.
It's not a buffet. It's family style.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, where it's unlimited food, but you have
they bring it to your table.
Yeah. Shout out to Wright's Farm. Yeah. Anyway, knives.
Yeah. Knives are good. We were really brutal on Artisan Cutlery last week.
Oh,
we just opened it up and just shat all over them.
Yeah, as we
I'm not
should.
taking it back. I'm not taking it back.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of people, it's not like they don't have good people working for them,
Yeah, apparently there's a really nice guy that works for them, which makes me feel bad.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Sorry, Russell. You got to tell someone to clean up their act over there.
And I think he probably has. And they have like some cool stuff with Dirk Pinkerton and Gavco and stuff like that. But the majority,
this ain't it.
Oh my god, dude!
The blade finish, pickling. It has a pickled blade finish.
Pickled. It's pickled.
Pickling. What? God damn it.
It's funny
I'm sorry to that man if it's his job to pickle everything. This stuff.
Obviously, their terminology, the translation did not work. Not really there. And it's funny because they claim that these are the knives that Americans want. I had the Centauri, which is the what's his face? Laconico.
It's Laconico. Mm-hmm.
And it's a nice design and everything. The tolerances, man.
I have never. Well, the problem is I've never bought an artisan knife because there's maybe one design that I like or two, and then I look at the price and they're just more money than I expected.
The price to quality ratio is like way off.
Like this rip off of the Field Duty I kind of like because I like the Field Duty, but I also don't think Liang felt particularly positive towards this knife.
Liang has given his blessing to this.
Oh, knife. Has something changed? He initially did not. I'm going to guess something has changed. Leave it at that.
The point is that if it had to come to that conversation,
yeah,
something's up, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like it's like a one and done situation. They've had this problem several times with a bunch of different models, like the Sinkovich looking thing that's right there at the bottom of the screen.
Yes, this is the wow, God, why can't I used to remember the names of these knives and now I have lost.
Yeah, their most popular.
What is the Sinkovich?
Yeah, it's like that.
Oh, Christ.
And I feel like they've changed it a little bit since it originally was being released, but again, like, come on.
Yeah, this one's a little fishy.
Yeah, and it's a couple times. It's not like it's like one knife or whatever, and it happens consistently. So, I don't know. Maybe they can change their act, They do have some of the worst designs in the knife industry.
Oh, so far and away.
Maybe the worst.
Absolutely. I would say.
If you can think of a company that has worse designs, I guess this is very subjective, but some of these are not, Some of it is just like, wow, that's real bad. Case in point. There it is.
They have decent collaborations, like Dirk Pinkerton's collaborations are nice, but when they are left to their own devices and this is what they come up with, nah.
And that's, oh my God, and that's still $80. And these are flattering images of this thing with like...
This is like a child who just learned about triangles.
The blade to handle ratio is more than atrocious.
3.5-inch blade, 5-inch handle. That is really bad. Like, what did they do to make it that bad?
I mean, they made it shaped like that. It looks like a character on Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Ugh. I mean, there's some that I like. Like, this slip joint is pretty decent, but this deserves its own video.
You know what's the problem with it is it has literally no identity whatsoever. It's either they identify as hideous or
they look like knockoffs of something.
Okay, yeah. How about that one flipper karambit thing? Do you see that? That's up there in some of the worst things. That looks like something Jason Browse would come out with.
This looks like some sort of dinosaur. This looks like this is... Jason Browse is punching a wall right now because he wasn't able to come up with this design first.
Does Jason Browse have this on his website with Browse written on it too? Because that's his new gig. Isn't he rebranding like some Reich stuff now?
Yep. Yeah. He's just rebranding Reich knives. That
Good
was
stuff.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is this stuff? It would be. Yeah, it's just there's so much of it.
That blue one is awful. Is really bad too.
How can they pump all this shit out? How many machines do they have? It's literally
running? They draw it and make it. There's no discussion. It's literally pump that stuff out. Make the Americans will buy it. We'll throw it away if not.
This is seriously, this is like what the future if 3D printing becomes a thing where we can 3D print anything and people just put together whatever bullshit and don't actually have to think about it.
This one. Okay, go one to the left just do the gray one so that look,
the full titanium one.
Yeah, just so you can see like this is a $250 knife, guys.
Why does it have a seatbelt cutter where there should be a choil? What is this? It's so bad.
It's like a joke. I feel like that's what it is. They're selling them to the Americans as a joke.
I just can't imagine who Actually, why am I saying someone approve this? Like, I think, Valve, the video game company where there's no bosses, everyone is just like a lateral workflow. I feel like at Artisan, no one approves designs. It's just the second someone designs something, it gets made, and there's no higher up you need to send it to.
100%. There's definitely not a business here.
They should send this one to review. I just want to know if it's as bad as it looks.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
And they had stuff like that they were really proud of where you could put a pin in the back of the blade and say, "Oh, look, it's extra locky."
I really want to try out the Chimascus.
Okay, yeah, go.
And
yeah,
the Chima steel.
Oh my goodness. Let me know.
I imagine.
So you have $640 to spend on a knife. It has to be spent on a knife. What are you buying? You're gonna buy a Chimascus? You're gonna buy a Chimascus Artisan?
I didn't even look at the price. They wanted $800 for this.
Yeah, they're like, oh wait, no one's buying it. Here's the deal. It's now $638.
What a steal! Okay, first off, I hope these are fake view counts.
Here's the best part. Oh my. Let's not get started on that. That actually looks like decent Chimascus. I'm curious.
When you get it in person?
Yeah, if that's the one you get when you get it in person.
Yeah, no, somehow I don't think you're getting this one.
No, that's... I bet you're not getting that. Prove us wrong.
It's a nice Dirk Pinkerton design, but...
that's not a bad design at all. But,
no.
Okay, you have $700 to spend on a knife. You buying that?
I just
can't serious
believe
question.
That there are 9 pages of knives to go through. Mm-hmm. What are the chances that any of these are actually... they really have a stock of all of these knives sitting around in every single one of these SKUs?
There's the one I was talking about, and that's designed by an Instagram guy.
Which one?
Mallory Design. Keep going. It's got the pin that goes in the back of it. You'll see it. It has a little dangler.
Oh, there is probably a delay for you.
There it is. I see it. It's $125. It's towards the end. This is a disaster.
This is. There is definitely some kind of delay. I will find that one eventually.
Yeah, just it's in there. I promise.
There's one that with a pin.
There it is. It's called the Art.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I did not see a logical point where a pin would be inserted. That's why I kept going past it. Oh. Don't they have a locking version of this?
Yeah. So this is supposed to be, I guess it's for the European
market that don't allow one-handed opening locking folders. Okay.
So it flies open, or I don't know, and then you put the pin in it.
Wait, so does it have any... I wonder if it has like a detent slip joint or something, because when you flip it open, what stops it from just bouncing off the stop pin and closing?
I imagine I would hope, or you just have to open it, get it there quick enough to...
Yeah.
It's two-handed.
It's
technically two-handed opening at that point, right?
Yeah. All right.
We need here's the other... I know of other designers that are in talks with Artisan, so maybe they can help pull them out of whatever this is. This cesspool that
I just don't get where they come up with these prices. This one I kind of like, because I like the Dirk Pinkerton design. I like the carbon fiber and then titanium scale. I mean, I could do without the Chima steel. I have Amasteel, but
I have one of the cheaper ones with the swirly twirly plastic handles scales.
I just can't fathom where they're coming up with these prices from.
Absolutely bonkers.
And I like how they are sticking with their logo. They said, nope, we're not changing that logo. Let's keep the stylized swastika.
Yeah, I'm not and I know all the review bras are real into the CJRB sub brand, because you're not a real Chinese manufacturer unless you have 50 brands associated with your name.
Yes.
They haven't put out anything that really calls to me.
It's just Amazon fodder. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's interesting that they made their own steel. Made their own steel. I'm guessing it's something rebranded.
They just got this, like, here's some random steel that we made here. You guys want to use it? No one else. It's stuff that no one else wanted to touch, probably.
It's some kind of powder. I mean, allegedly powder metallurgy steel. There we go. Artisan rare powdered material 9 element steel.
Wow, what a name!
I mean, how much money? How much like financial support can they have that they could have a powder metallurgy steel made for them? Like, that seems either there's some gigantic company supporting them, or it's also just something they're putting their name on.
The fact that they're putting it in their budget line is also a little bit
perplexing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do they own the foundry? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a real quagmire.
This is all. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. All of it seems a little weird to me. That's all I'm putting out there.
Yes. Okay. Anyway. That was a big detour into Artisan.
Yes, it was. Anyway, should we get to the meat of what we want to talk about today?
Yes.
So
some text on a screen.
Some text on a screen. That looks great, Dave. I got to tell you, if that doesn't hold anyone's attention, I don't know what will. So this weekend being today is the 7th of April. This coming weekend is the pre-order drop for the production Sharp by Design Tempest. And I don't know, maybe our patrons will actually see this before that pre-order drops. But by the time most of you guys see this, the pre-order probably will be done with. But there is some light at the end of the tunnel that we'll shed on you soon.
Yeah.
So here we are. We have 2 blade shapes coming from Brian. We have what would you call that top one? Sort of
like a swedge spear point.
Spear point. That's right. And then you have a very aggressive clip point Bowie.
Yeah.
And these are the two. These are the 2 fancy models. So they'll have hand rubbed M390 blades and carbon plate Marvel carbon fiber. Marvel is what it's
Wait, called. I thought that was like a slip of the tongue. No. It's called Marvel.
Marvel.
Oh, okay. It is very reminiscent of the Cyclone's Bowie blade.
It very much is, which is one of my favorite Brian designs, and I love seeing the whole shape has hints of the Cyclone in it.
Yes.
Which is really great.
Is a very cool knife that Brian made for a little bit of time, and he hates because it did terribly, apparently, and will never revisit it.
He sold every single one he made.
Yes, this is the confusing thing.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I guess in terms of demand, I don't know. I don't know what his metric for it being unsuccessful was.
That's right, and now the demand for the Cyclone is high. So I don't know. We may see that come about at some point down the road. I'm not sure. But this is a very cool modern take on a lot of those lines. And it's right in the pocket of the zeitgeist of knifedom right now, where you have a front flipper frame lock. Very, very cool. New territory for Brian. The custom was a much larger knife, has almost a 4-inch blade. Really cool, a lot of presence, especially when you're paying that kind of money for a knife. You want something that's going to look very substantial, and that's why he decided to go with a larger blade and just have something with a lot of presence. You know what I mean?
Yes, like these ones, for example.
Exactly. And those were available as a normal flipper and a front flipper.
Yes.
When you're getting to the production knives, the 3.5-inch blade is really practical for a lot of reasons, and aesthetically. Aesthetically, it's just very pleasing, is what I should say. You get a nice balance of a knife that's not too small or not too large. It's really right in the middle pocket there. And for a front flipper where you want to have a little more dexterity, I think this really hits the nail on the head for what you're looking for here.
Yeah, I also... Correct me if I'm wrong here, and it also works with Brian specs. These are actually smaller than the Evo Typhoons.
That's correct.
It looks like the same handle, but it's a smaller size.
The Evo Typhoon is a 3.75 inch blade.
Yeah.
And the Micro is a 3 inch blade.
Yeah. Yep.
So this slots right in between those two models, which are very popular and currently sold out. So I think this will tick a lot of boxes for a lot of people. There was another option here that is not shown. There was another two options that's not shown here. I think I'm not 100% positive on this, but I do believe there is going to be. Are these the only two that he showed on the website?
Well, let's see on Instagram.
I don't think he showed a rendering of it, but there were talks of having like a slightly lower cost version, with just carbon fiber and a satin blade.
Don't know if that's Brian hasn't shown that yet. If he is, so hopefully we didn't scoop him.
Well,
I'm guessing no.
Okay, that might be. Let me just text him real quick. Can we do a little pause here?
Yeah.
All right. So here we took a little intermission. I can put this in here to verify with Brian all of the models that will be available this coming weekend. And as you can see, there are quite a few more than we anticipated. So you'll have the carbon plate models. All the gray handled models will have hand rub blades. So you have your choice of the clip point or the spear point. You have two blackout models with carbon fiber inlays and black blades. So those are your options here. You have the blue marble carbon, and I think it's a bronze or like a copper sort of marble. It's Carbon Plate brands it as Marvel carbon fiber, like Marvel comics. Yeah. But it's a really cool effect. Really nice stuff.
It is. It's not been used in a production knife yet, unless you consider Shirogorov production. It has not been used in a production knife at this cost before.
That's correct. And
I believe.
What are we talking about?
The carbon plate marble
That's
carbon
correct.
fiber?
The Marvel carbon. That's right. Yeah. You'd only see it on a lot of Russian production knives. Yes. We've been working with carbon plate for a little bit now. Some of our Knife Nuts editions prior have, two of them. One has yet to be delivered, the Micro Evo. That's coming soon. But our K&P Evo Typhoons came out really great with their Alutex stuff. So Carbon Plate's been a great company to deal with. The other thing that is not shown here is that all of the gray-handled blades, meaning anything with the... Well, I shouldn't say that. It's all the ones with the carbon plate material in it. So any of the ones with the carbon plate material will also have a Damasteel option.
Fancy.
Very fancy.
These, I am guessing, are going to be a little more expensive than the Evo Typhoons.
What did he say? They start, I think, at $325. Is that what we settled on there?
Let's see. It seems
$350.
You know what? Yeah.
These start at $350, I think. Is that what we were going on there? Okay.
I think that's what Brian is doing. Yeah.
That makes sense. So $350, not bad. And that's your pre-order price. Anything that is left after the pre-order will go up in price significantly. You did it again.
So I'll just edit it out again.
Okay. So, very excited for this. These go up when?
Let's check Brian's Instagram.
Yeah, let's see.
Happening this weekend, so presumably either Friday the 9th, Saturday the 10th, or Sunday the 11th. We'll find out.
Let me find out now. God damn it.
Also, is it the Mini Tempest or is it just the Tempest? I believe Brian's going to be calling it the Mini Tempest, which makes sense.
It's the
to
Mini
try and
Tempest.
Differentiate it.
That makes sense. Which I think is misleading because it's not very small.
Small by Brian standards.
That's right.
But yes, these different versions are...
They go up Friday night.
Okay, there we go.
So
Exclusive.
So the official launch date of the Mini Tempest, as it's known, will be Friday evening. Make sure you follow Brian on Instagram, Sharp by Design, if you're interested in getting in on this. They always sell out. There's never, a time that they don't. So, and he does, it's like, the whole run goes. So get in there while you can and scoop one of these up, because I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Brian's production knives are probably one of the, I don't know how to say this, but they live up to the hype.
Yes. That's, I'm
not just saying that because he's a great friend and everything else, but I would tell him if his stuff sucked. And it does.
Well, it's because he's a talented CNC machinist who is providing instructions to other talented CNC machinists how to make the knives. It's not like there's a layer of abstraction where a maker has a 2D drawing and has to have WOAT come up with the CNC programming for it.
100%. That's
right from the source.
It's like having a conduct or a instead of having someone write a piece of music and having a very talented orchestra play it for you. That's how I would see this. So it's very different than your normal collaboration.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll have an M390 blade or a Damascene steel, depending on what you got here. You going to be able to edit this? Because this is a nightmare.
It's going to be a lot of editing.
All right. So you've seen all these. These will go up on Friday evening. Try to pick out the one you want ahead of time if you're seeing this at a time that you're still able to pre-order this. I imagine you might. We're going to try and make this happen. And that way you know how to zero in and pull the trigger when you do.
Yes.
Sound good? Okay.
For sure.
So I've been getting a lot of texts on Instagram about something about a project. So those of you guys who have just joined us, or meaning have just discovered us, one of the things we like to do when Brian, our other co-host, does a production run, we like to come out with a limited edition version of his already limited production runs. So a K&P edition. We've done K&P editions of products with Adam Purvis, and we've done it pretty regularly with Brian's knives. We've done the K&P Void. We've done, what else have we done? We've done the
Primordial.
The with Brian, with Adam, we did the Primordial Mark II, and we did the Progeny. Those were our first K&P editions, and then with Brian, we did the Void. We did the Evo Typhoon, the Micro Evo, and now we get to announce our latest K&P edition, the K&P Micro Temp. Is it Mini Tempest? It's Mini Tempest. So the K&P Mini Tempest. So,
just wait 6 months and there'll probably be a Micro Tempest.
That's true. So, Dave, if you don't mind, you can show the product here. So this is by far and away the most divergent product we've done from the standard line, in that it has a completely different blade shape. Brian knocked it out of the park. I was talking to him and described what I was looking for, and something that kind of split the difference between like a usable drop point and a Piercy Tanto. So some really elongated Tanto shape. If you can come up with a cool name for this blade shape, I'm all in. I want to call this something really fun, and I can't think of anything at the moment. So that's one of the big features of the K&P Mini Tempest. And the other thing is we went with a purple Marvel carbon fiber from Carbon Plate. So on Brian's standard models, you'll have the awesome looking blue and that bronze. But on the K&P one, purple's kind of a color that is near and dear to my heart. So it was something that felt like it needed to happen in this run. This will also have a hand rub blade.
I think that's that's the material.
That's the material.
That's a photo of the actual material.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing: like these materials, like there's tons of different stuff out there. Fat Carbon has stuff that looks like this. The carbon plate stuff to me is superior. And in person, it has a really deep luster to it. Pictures cannot do it justice. So I'm really excited. I think that will really pop in the inlay department. There's something I want to tell you, Dave.
What is that?
So there's a detail about this that has not been revealed to you.
Okay.
All right. So as you know, we talked about it. The standard production run will be done in M390 steel. The K&P edition, which will be limited to 50 pieces, will feature M398 steel.
Woo.
That's your reaction? A little woo?
It was unexpected.
So unexpected that you had something pulled up already?
Well, I mean, as you were about to reveal it, I could have guessed. I mean, I guess we can talk on the main show with Brian about the M398 backstory.
So,
in more detail.
Generally speaking, I think we are the first people
production knife
outside of Russia
to
utilize this steel. Now, is it that much better than M390? Oh.
It's a lot more vanadium.
It's got
a lot more carbon.
So you should theoretically get better edge retention.
Yes. I mean, this is from Knife Steel Nerds. This is from Larry Thomas. So
I looked over this twice. So he did 2 reviews of this. So this is a brand new steel. So think about it this way: M390 debuted in like the 80s. That's how old M390
is. It really that old?
M390 has been around a long time, and M398 is the first revision to M390, and it came out last November. And it's only been available in Russia. So Russia's been the only place you've been able to get it. There were talks about having this being used on a larger scale. It's just not available. So the perfect way to debut it was in a limited edition of a limited run, which is what the KMP stuff is. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's very, very cool. It it'll make the Knife Nuts one a little higher in price than the standard and difficult to acquire. I mean, we try to make it. I try to make it as fair and easy for people to get. Our patrons always get our first crack at our KMP editions, rightfully so. By no means is this. By no means
there's nothing we can do to make it cheaper.
There's nothing we can do to make it cheaper. Really, really can't.
Carbon plate's price for the material itself is contact for price.
Yeah.
That is a sign that carbon plate itself is not.
So you
cheap.
think about it this way: Brian had to make a design, send that over to our foreign manufacturer, which is Riot. I don't know if we mentioned that. Riot is building it.
Yep.
And we have to have the material shipped from Russia, made and shipped, cut to order, and then shipped off to China to be machined. Crazy.
Yeah, it's a big global effort here.
Add the M398 into that process. This is this is big deal. Big deal stuff.
The only production
knife I know of that was in M398 was the R.J. Martin Shirogorov limited edition, and that was I think $1,800.
Wait, the new Shirogorov Overkill?
Yeah, the one that was launched a month ago.
Yeah, that was M398. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, that's the only production knife. It's hard to call that even a production knife. So
yeah, there we go. 200 were made. Yeah, that's more than of the KMP ones. M398.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's wild.
That was probably triple the price of what the M398 will be. Our KMP edition.
The greatest of ironies here is these are not going to get used by anyone. It's like a new user steal,
okay. Here's where this is why. Because I thought about doing like Timascus and making it like a fancy one again, like we did with the Void. But has a 3.5-inch blade. And when I was talking to Brian and I said, look, I think since we have this really cool blade shape that just begs to be used, and we're going to be using, we have the M398. Let's get something that, people want to put in their pocket and actually use.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. We don't need to preserve the secondary value on ours.
That's
because
right.
We're going to keep ours forever.
We keep ours forever, so we'll be using them.
So we don't have to worry about that.
That's right.
Everyone else, there's going to be... I can imagine that these are going to go up in value if I had to guess, just because of the scarcity.
There's no way to speculate that. But, Brian's stuff, tends to hold its value, so you won't lose.
And the M398... It's going to be interesting. This is very cool.
So is it setting in yet?
Yes, it is very cool. Okay. I did not realize just how hard it was to acquire M398
and Brian made that happen, man. He really did.
That's wild.
That was one of the coolest things. He was like, "What we can do the knife nuts ones in M398," and I was like, "Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's amazing. You serious?" Yeah. So I don't know. I think. It's a very exciting thing. I think our fans of our aesthetic will really, really dig this. Fans of Brian's work will absolutely dig this. This will go on sale at a later date. This is not going to go on sale at the same time as Brian's drop. At least a week out, I'm thinking, for pre-orders on this thing. So if you're on the fence, make sure you get in on Brian's launch, Don't even think twice about it. You have those two awesome blade shapes. You have options on, inlay. You can get a blacked out version if you want. And the price is certainly going to be more attainable.
Yeah.
So don't let those slip through your fingers, because if you're a diehard Knife Nuts fan, you're probably going to want to get this, but get both, If you're going to have one as a safe queen and one as your user, it's not a bad way to go. And at least there'll be some time between the launch where maybe you can recoup some funds from one and get the other.
I will definitely be buying at least one of each.
Yeah, I'm going to try and grab one of these on the... Which one? What's your pick of the
That's what I was just about to say. I got to switch it up because I keep... my two Evo Typhoons are different. I'm definitely going with the
assume you're not
the
getting a, assume you're not getting a knife nuts one.
Well, yeah, we'll assume. Yeah, of these 8, I don't particularly like the spear point blade. Actually, definitely going with the Bowie, and it is probably going to be either the blackout one or the copper plate. I don't have a black. Oh no, wait, I have a black handled Evo Typhoon, but I don't know.
This is one of these very difficult decisions. You can literally not go wrong with any of them. I like that spear point blade. I think that's really cool. The Bowie, I have a lot of knives with that Bowie shape. I think I'm going spear point black.
Interesting. Yeah, I might get a blackout one just because I have them before.
I could do the Bowie too.
Come out looking very cool.
I'm the kind of person that makes a decision, and at the last minute, as I add it to my cart, I buy something completely different. So
yeah,
there's no rhyme or reason to any of my actions.
But these will be very cool.
Yes.
Looking forward to these a lot.
So these will be up Friday evening. Make sure you follow Sharp by Design on Instagram. Bookmark sharpbydesign.com because that's where all the ordering will take place. And we'll announce more stuff on the KMP edition after that. So pricing, availability, and all that stuff to follow. But I was really excited to surprise Dave with the M398 situation.
That is very cool. I thought that was scrapped.
Yes.
It's a real roller coaster so far.
It's just a new steel. It's hard to get in any sort of quantity. Yeah. So that was really cool, and I hope you guys like it as much as we do.
Yes. I will also say that we are getting to the point with our Patreon where this is awesome, but we have enough patrons that these might not get to the general public unless we intentionally hold some back, because I think we have enough patrons that might buy these if there's
true.
Only 50. So if you want a better chance, 100%. Become a patron.
I mean, being a patron does get you some some perks as well. You get all of this content as well as our full podcast early and bonus content on top of that. Different tiers offer different benefits as well, including Knife Nuts merchandise. I just sent out a whole bunch of Knife Nuts swag to a bunch of our patrons. We have tiers that get you entered into win knives and things like that on our main show. So give it a try. You can get in at as little as $3 a month. So it's something to consider. And don't forget to look at any of the links we have in the description there. We try to include links to knives that we really, really like from dealers that we really, really respect and love working with. And thank you to our sponsors today.
Yes. PBK. Riverside Cutlery. St. Nick's Knives. Gotten.
Yeah. Blade Runner Systems.
Blade Runner Systems.
Yes. Is that all of them?
I think that's all of them.
All right, great. And again, special thank you to all of our patrons as well.
Yes.
We'll see you next week.
See you guys. All right, and I'm going to end recording.